Hello everyone and welcome back to the YouTube channel, Duval Mafia here. And before I get into today's video, I'm going to say this past weekend of playoff games for the divisional round was probably one of the best weekends of football I have ever seen. It has to be a historical weekend. There's just no way that all four games ended on either game-winning field goals, game-tying field goals, sending it to overtime, and then overtime touchdown for a walk-off win. All four playoff games ended in walk-off wins. And this is probably one of the highest points that the NFL has ever been at from a playoff game standpoint. And I hope it stays this way. The one thing I will say is I actually kind of want to see them rework the overtime a little bit. I know they did tweak it to where, touchdown wins instead of a field goal wins. Because years ago it was whoever scores first wins. But I don't really like this. I think they have to do something similar to college football, how they do like sort of a shootout type of thing. Or they just have the teams play an entire 10-minute quarter or even 15-minute quarter. Now, I know that they want to kind of limit this because it can cause more injuries due to more playing time and more stress on their bodies, but I don't think it's fair to teams such as the Bills in this specific scenario, but in general, that they basically lose on a coin flip. Now, I understand people are going to say, oh, well, don't let them get into field goal range with 13 seconds and this and that. Now, I agree with that, but it doesn't really touch on the fact that games shouldn't be won with a coin toss. Like, that's not how a game should be decided. Everybody pretty much knew whatever team won that coin toss was almost guaranteed to go down and score a touchdown and win the game. Like, I don't think that's fair. I think they played the entire 10-minute quarter. It could have been a little interesting, or even a shootout. I think a shootout style could have even worked where it says the Chiefs scored a touchdown. Now the Bills are given one drive where if they don't score a touchdown on that drive, they lose. Something like that. Like, it's like almost like a sudden death type of thing. I think that brings even more suspense, and that would be even more entertaining, instead of them just scoring a touchdown and the Bills not even getting a chance to answer in overtime. And now I understand, again, people are going to say and sit here and be like, oh, well, they should have stopped them from getting the game-tying field goal that's sent to overtime. And I agree. That was a rough play by them, and that was a bad play. I do agree with this. But, on the other hand, sending it to overtime and then it just ending before the Bills even get the ball, I don't like that. I don't think that's entertaining. And what the NFL wants to do is make it the most entertaining. Now, I will say this was probably the most entertaining weekend of playoff football in my lifetime, and in probably, I don't even know how many years. I mean, this was actually an insane weekend of football, and I hope it continues to be this way. But the one game that I don't really like the ending is the Bills and Chiefs. Now, I'm not mad that the Chiefs won, or I'm not mad that the Bills lost. Like, the two teams don't really matter to me in that aspect. But from a fan aspect, I would have liked to see the Bills at least get a chance to answer, because then it would have made it more interesting. Like, say the Bills get the ball, they score a touchdown. Then Chiefs get the ball, they score a field goal. Then the Bills, if they score a touchdown, they win. Or if they kick a field goal, Chiefs get the ball. It's almost like a sudden death type of thing. I think that could be a lot more interesting. It's not really a time-based thing. And I just think that would be better for views, as well as it would be more fair to the teams. I just don't think the Bills got a fair shot to answer in overtime. And I do know that's the rules, and I'm not saying the rules are bad, but I just think this game shows that there is flaws to the rules, and that there can be improvement. And with this being said, I am going to wrap up this video, so thank you for listening. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like. If you are new, make sure to subscribe, and as always, peace out, Duval.